Hello, my name is Sebastian Molina, and I am an Emerging Markets Institute Fellow at Cornell. I will be talking about the impact of COVID-19 in the Mexican economy. In many ways, the COVID pandemic and the ensuing ripple effect it has caused throughout the worldwide economy represents a perfect storm for Mexico. In particular, it is important to highlight four key characteristics of the Mexican economy to understand how deep of an impact the global pandemic can have. The first characteristic is a global widespread disruption of demand and supply, and how it's going to impact countries like Mexico, where manufacturing is tied to complex international supply chains in industries such as the automobiles. The impact here for countries like Mexico is two-sided. Temporary closures of factories in China and other Asian countries diminish the supply of key inputs that are needed for production. And at the same time, the lower demand for goods due to decreased consumption, particularly in the United States, also threatens Mexican manufacturers. The second characteristic is the reliance of the Mexican economy on personal services industries, such as tourism and hospitality. Mexico derives around 9% of its GDP from tourism. And this has suffered widespread disruption due to the pandemic, due to the implementation of social distancing rules, government-mandated travel bans, and the halting of cross-border flights. Third characteristic is the sharp decline in oil prices and the Mexican reliance on oil production. Mexico is currently doubling down on its crude oil industry with massive investments in oil production and refinement through the state-owned company Pemex. However, the sharp decline in oil prices is a consequence of lower demand due to the coronavirus pandemic, as well as an oversupply, threaten the amount of rents that the government can extract from this resource. Finally, the fourth characteristic is related to the makeup of the Mexican economy. It's important to understand the prevalence of formal and informal micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Around 78% of the working population in Mexico works at this type of industries, and a lot of them are informal ventures. This means that they have low levels of bankability or access to resources such as loans. Overall, these characteristics impact business in the context of an economy that is already slowing down and that has suffered due to worldwide trade disruptions. It'll be interesting to see how the Mexican government acts as a way to curb these economic impacts and supports these four key verticals in the Mexican industry as a way to come out of this pandemic and stem its negative global impact. Thank you and stay safe.